Can you do it? Prove it. A novel series. The main character's name. The reader's trigger flashback. Have you ever heard of a name that triggers someone else who has the same name? Hi, my name is Hitler. When you heard of the name Hitler, did you think of that German guy who killed millions of Jews? As a reader, you triggered a flashback based on your knowledge associated with the name. The name might have pulled you away from who the person is and gave the person an automated personality based off of the person who has the name you experience. The reader who reads your main character's name that obtains a trigger flashback gets them to think of only the person associated with the name of your character they experienced with before knowing who your main character is. The Hitler name was just to get you thinking if you never had a name that triggered a flashback on you from a common name. The experience happens to readers. Remember the common name. Consider a person who bullied you in childhood. Let's say the bully is Evan, and he always hit you. He always hit at you in your childhood growing up. Or he always did something to you that caused you to never forget who he is. Maybe it wasn't a guy and it was a girl that did this. The word Evan now becomes like a word in the dictionary that has its own definition. The definition is everything that the person caused you to remember the name. And you read a name in a book, and the name is Evan. The reader automatically knows the definition of the name Evan because the reader experienced enough who the person is in real life. Experience enough in real life to have a bit of an influence on the reader's life. The reader will have a slight hard time to clear away the real-life Evan flashback to stick with a whole new fake or fictional Evan. Hitler in real life caused the world to give his name its own definition. So why would the reader want to invest their life pretending Hitler was all good and stuff as the main character? This applies for all common names. Not everyone will have a flashback. It is okay to use a name that is less common and not well known because there will be less amount of people who will hold their own definition of someone who holds the same name you are giving your main character. This is not only limited to a trigger experience of fear. It can go on to many different definitions, and each of the same name will have a different definition. Do yourself a quick exercise. Think of a name that you really hate, love, fear because of a person that you experience who has a name that caused you to stamp a memory. Now, define what you define the name to be. This concludes the subtopic, the reader's trigger flashback, of the topic, the main character's name. Always take into consideration of all the subtopics when coming up with your main character's name.